Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark plus Danube movies.
Oh wait, no. Oh, wrong gimmick. Wrong gimmick. Hi, I'm Ryan, and I like Hallmark Plus and its interface.
I'm Dan, and I despise the interface and Danube movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Sorry, lost it.
You got, yeah, there's there. It's fine.
It's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Still hits for you.
Man, sometimes
Sometimes it hits.
sometimes I just, I barely pay attention to the theme song, and then other times I'm like, man, that song's a bop. Whoever created that,
Y'all really
genius.
created magic that day.
Well,
Yeah.
us, I don't know.
Brand produced that whole song, and I've been asking him to change it for a long time. But it is what it is. We're here. What is this? Year 3 now. We're about to enter the third season of that.
Third season of that song.
Man,
That's on year
it's
3.
the longest. That's the longest
It's longer than Reliant
we've
K.
had
That
any
can't be
song.
true.
Yeah, that's right. Longer than Reliant K, which
Rest in peace.
obviously.
So
Ryan,
nice they did that. Yes, Dan.
we could currently be reviewing J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens.
That would have been cool.
Wouldn't it have been awesome? But we
Yeah.
were like, you know what, Rye guys, since you're here, Force Fridays has a great ring to it. It's very similar. It's tangential, you would say. What if we did the first in a series of 3 Love on the Danube movies premiering exclusively on Hallmark's new streamer app?
Hallmark halfway to the weekend, depending on what time you're looking at the clock. Fridays.
That's
yeah.
right.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. There's something. And you are missing out. Also, we're doing the Chicken Sisters with our girl Jack.
Originally, I thought that was my beat. I got traded off Chicken Sisters to the Danube.
Well,
There's a lot of strategy that went into that, and we're sorry, but Jax thinks she was second choice for Chicken Sisters, so no one has won there. We've managed to alienate everyone.
Oh, has that actually come up? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jack.
and so no, it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. We're bad at our jobs. But the thing we're not bad at, Ryan, is the last segment of the Chicken Sisters. I would implore you to listen when those episodes drop, because we're doing Chicken of the Week, and
that's pretty good.
yeah, and so there is every week we spotlight a hen, an egg layer, a chicken around the country.
This is quite the tease. You don't normally tease out episodes like this. This is really good.
And so we put a lot of hard work into it. Farmers and farmesses across the country have been emailing us, and so you're gonna get to hear about some really great chickens. That's what I'm saying.
I'm pumped. I mean, listen, I thought Star of the Week was going splendid,
Yeah, it
but
was. Chicken of the Week.
You have an opportunity to do Chicken of the Week.
I mean,
you
there
do Chicken
are
of the Week. Yeah.
freaking billions of chickens, and they are all vying for this.
Maybe
for this weekly.
these episodes will do Cruiser of the Week.
No. This is a Hallmark movie. We're not doing
Okay,
anything of the week.
Well,
It's nothing sacred,
Cruiser
brand.
of the week.
cruiser. There's somebody who cruises.
All right, if you say so.
PT.
Sandra Bullock in Speed 2.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How dare
That's
you?
good. Hi, Ryan. It's great to see you.
You too, Brand.
What's kind of new with you? What's in the old hopper?
Well, I've been watching a lot of Hallmark Plus. Hey, we can't give Taylor Cole a Hall Star section. What gives?
I was scrolling through yesterday, and the continued disrespect on the name of Chris Palaha is astounding. Everybody, Kevin McGarry, Tyler Hines, Andrew Walker, they all have their little sections.
Palaha
You guys
doesn't.
can't give a section to my guy, Chris Palaha?
Who's literally been in some of the best movies you've ever made. I will say this.
It's just, that's messed up. Yeah, you guys done goofed.
As soon as I saw the collections by actors, I was like, everybody who has their favorite actor is about to get mad when they don't have their collection. And this proves my point exactly. I think my guess is, and this is pure speculation, has something to do with contracted employees. So the folks that have a multi-picture deal
That makes
are going to
sense.
get a collection. The folks that don't, Chris is an actor.
Yeah.
He is for hire. You cannot, he's not tied down by Hallmark. So they're not going to give him a collection, even if Biltmore Christmas, Dickens of a Holiday, even if these movies deserve a collection,
Slapper after
which
slapper.
they do.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Taylor Cole.
Brendan Penny's guy. Is Brendan Penny
Hey,
a guy?
I am to Taylor Cole as Panda is to Lindy Booth. All
Yeah,
right, get off
listen,
my
I
back.
gotta
I will say
say-
this.
you gotta say
I,
Lindy Booth.
I love Taylor Cole. I do.
Yeah.
I was doing a bit. I love Taylor Cole. She's
Better
wonderful.
be doing a bit.
I-
Yeah.
Doing a bit.
Doing a
It's
bit.
You guys ready to talk about love on the Danube?
Danube. You almost said it correctly by
I
accident.
know.
Yeah.
Love on the Dan Bay. Yeah,
Dune
yeah, sure. We
Bay.
can talk about this film.
This one is called What's the colon? What's the?
It's called Love Song.
That's exactly right.
Dune
I don't want to
Bay,
write you a
Bahama.
love song.
If you ask for it and you need one, today we're gonna go on the Danube.
Danube.
You went for the rhyme.
The 10th of September is when it dropped, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with a little animation showing the magic of the Danube.
You've gone to Dan Bay.
Sarah and her mom show up to the Danube, and they're going to cruise.
I roll my windows down.
I
Turn
couldn't
the
remember
Dan Bay up. Get your Dan Bay up.
I couldn't remember the song, so I just went cruise.
Brand
You know?
new cruise boat with a lift kit.
Nice. But ahead of getting on the cruise, she gets a call that this pitch that she was working on isn't good enough. She's gonna have to go straight to the business center to work on it. If everybody knows, you go onto the cruise and you go to Mustard, find out where you gotta, save your life, and then you go to the business.
You go to the business center.
You got to do both of
Classic
those things
business
right
center
away and make sure that
situation.
you know what you need to do. We didn't meet Jack, who is walking through the ship looking good. But that's where walking comes to an end because he can't get around Sarah. So
No
he
more walking.
stops walking.
You will not see
and
any
he's
more
like,
walking
What
in
do
the
you
whole
want?
Guess what?
He's going to walk again. But he's trying to get around Sarah. He can't get around Sarah. She's trying to get service on her cellular phone. They find themselves on a walking tour. The walking has resumed. But all she cares about is getting this message to send. But they start talking a bit, and they discover that they're both on this cruise with their widowed parents. He has brought his papa along with him, and she has brought her mommy. And wouldn't you...
Could you make it any weirder? I don't think I can do this show anymore.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling myself today. Wouldn't you know it, they all end up sitting together at dinner. So Sarah and Jack begin to work together to potentially set their parents up. So they're doing that, but they're also hanging out together a ton. The parents don't really seem overly interested in dating, but Sarah and Jack, I would say they're crushing pretty hard. I don't know what to tell you. They're crushing pretty hard. Sarah's mom is on this cruise to perform. She's a performer.
Yes.
And that's a big part of this whole thing. Is
Don't
she's
make me sing.
She's a performer. And Jack's dad, he does marching bands. And so I don't know why these two aren't going to work out, but I have a feeling they're not going to work out. So Sarah and Jack, they're hanging out. They're having a good time. Sarah begins to talk about this, this dream she has for her job. And he's like, well, why don't you just do it? Have you thought about just doing
Yeah.
it? And she's like, I couldn't. I got to work on this pitch. I've got other stuff that I got to do. And he's like, well, have you thought about just doing it? And so they are continuing to set the parents up, and they find themselves in romantic settings
Yeah.
like horse-drawn
Wouldn't you know it?
carriage, nice dinner, drinks.
The fixer-uppers are fixing up.
They're beginning to get fixed.
right.
They're fixing.
They're getting their fix with each other.
That's exactly right. And so it's time for the performance, and her mom finds out that she's going to be singing a solo. She's not a solo artist. She wouldn't
She's a
dare.
choir girl.
She's
She's
a
a
choir.
choir- yes.
She doesn't want to perform
She
in
was
this
a
whole.
choir girl.
But she ends up performing and she crushes it, which is great. We love that. Jack decides that he's going to shoot his shot, and he tells Sarah how he feels, and Sarah's like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. We got so much, like so many moving parts right now. You know, like there's so much going on, like with work again, this pitch and he's like, all right, whatever, I guess. But she begins to realize that she done goofed.
She done good.
She done goofed. She done goofed hard. And so she does a couple of things. One, she quits her job and she decides that she's going to do her own thing. And then she goes and she tells Jack, hey, I would like for you to be my boo thing. I'm going to do my dream thing. And I want you to be my boo thing.
I never heard what you're doing.
And he's like, great, wonderful, fantastic. They kiss alongside the water and their parents don't get together, thank God. And that, my friends, was Love on the Danube. Love song. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. And we'll talk about the damn bay here on.
Is that
the
why you
Hallmark?
wanted a love song?
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. We're talking Love on the Damn Bay, love song, the first of 3 Damn Bay movies this month.
They were like, you know what September's saying to me? It's saying the Danube River. I mean, nothing like Jane Mysteries and the Danube River to
Now, my
usher
You
in.
think
understand-
September, you think the damn
That's
Bay.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Damn, Bay. And so we are going to be reviewing all of them. Ryan's going to be joining us for each and every one of them. I believe they're all 3 independent movies, and not like A24 didn't jump on it, but but they're like they're telling different stories.
This was a grainy cam.
Yeah, it's what was it? Artistic. Single cam
artistic film. That's exactly right. Yeah.
The next one's about Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time. Let's talk about Love on the Damn Bay. Ryan, you're here, your family. It's not Star Wars, but what'd you think of Love on the Damn Bay, Love song?
I think that's actually a really good setup for this brand, because I think this is, as best I recall, maybe someone can fact check me on this, I think this is my first non-Christmas Hallmark movie that I'm ever covering here.
You
on
are
the
correct.
pod.
I think that's right.
Hallmark TV show, other movies that went in the theaters, Hallmark Christmas movies. This is your first Hallmark movie.
Wow.
I've had a weird trajectory on this show, a great trajectory, but yeah, I mean, who thought that we would be covering Fast and Furious and Star Wars 2 years in, right?
As much as I thought I'd be covering 3 Danube River movies, to be fair.
So like as you guys have probably learned from Christmas in July, I'm pretty forgiving of the Christmas films. Like, you know, I like them a lot. If you give me a Hallmark film, there's not a guarantee that I'm not gonna like it. But once the Christmas element is gone, if it's not great, I'm probably gonna be a little bit tougher on it. I, as tradition, did not know what this movie was about coming into it. That's how I do most of these things here. Turns out it was just a Hallmark movie. That's what it was about. So for the bit, like in the early goings, I thought maybe it was like a response to that Miranda Cosgrove Netflix movie a couple months ago where they're trying to get the parents together. It seemed
we
like
covered that.
counter-programming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it seemed
covered
like
that.
counter-programming from Hallmark Plus. But by 30 minutes in, I just didn't really know what we were trying to accomplish. Which isn't to say, I want to be very fair. That's not to say that I don't think a movie can have multiple goals and that one of those goals can be to highlight a friendship between 2 of the lead's parents. Like, that's not a bad thing to do. It's just like nothing was clearly defined. We were doing Parent Trap, and then the movie goes out of its way to tell you that we're doing Reverse Parent Trap, but like none of that actually really it gets really established. Sarah in the early goings is really, really, really cares about work, and then we just don't talk about her job for like an hour straight. So that was strange to me. Ultimately,
Unless she needs to. Unless it's
Yeah,
like
of course.
a convenient way to get out of
I kept
something.
forgetting
or,
work was a part of it.
I mean, I have work.
Yeah. You got work.
I got work.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, it was really cool. She goes, "It's working."
I'm working.
The biggest miss of this movie for me was that ultimately they tell us that they're just friends. But even by Hallmark standards, like, there was nothing to suggest that the characters just wanted to be friends. To Brand's synopsis point, like they're digging each other the whole
Hard.
time. Like it was a very weird trick that the movie was trying to pull and did not pull successfully. No real moment of conflict. It wasn't bad. It was just very forgettable, Brand.
We've seen a lot of the travel movies, Dan, you and I, that Hallmark's been
So
pushing
many
out over the last
travel
few
movies.
years. And what we talked about with the most recent one, I don't even remember what it was at this point, but it was like a month ago or two. And we talked about how it feels like they rely too much on like tour guiding and less on like plot or stuff. And I felt like this movie was the most egregious tour guide movie of them all so far. There were times where if you somehow, this is Hallmark Plus, so you wouldn't have like just stumbled upon it. You did seek this out. But if this was on linear and you were stumbling upon it in the middle of the night, you would have been like, oh, this is one of those travel shows.
An infomercial.
This is an infomercial on the Dan Bay. And I'll watch it. But then, occasionally they sprinkle in some stuff and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot this is a movie with, with a plot and with the romance and whatnot. And so, it was very travel showy, very infomercial. But when it was just, the two of them and the sparks were flying, I liked them together. They both looked great. I think the biggest conflict for me was, if the parents do get together, what does that mean for them? I wrestled with that a lot. But luckily we didn't have to worry about that. But that's what I was thinking about through most of this movie was there's some serious ramifications. And that's why if you ever find yourself trying to set up your widowed parent with another person's widowed parent, like make sure that you guys don't have any chemistry.
That's right.
Because you're in a
in
a tough spot.
Tough spot.
And I felt like they had chemistry right away, so they shouldn't have done it to begin with. It was okay. These two leads I felt like elevated it more than it probably should have. They had great chemistry, liked both of them, but very travel show. Dana?
Ryan said this is his first non-Christmas movie, and I remember my first non-Christmas Hallmark movie.
Yes.
It was the Winter Castle, Winter Palace, that movie in 2019. And
well, that's not true. We did Fall in 2018.
My bad. We did Fall. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Fact check.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I can go back and look and see what your first non-Christmas movie was.
It might have been a Wes Brown movie with the bubbly sesh.
I think it may have.
The movie with him and Lindy Booth. And that movie, I had a very like sinking feeling, like we are doing the Christmas thing, but without the one like redeeming quality of it.
The Christmas thing.
Yes, and that was tough. Here's what I'll say about this movie while you're looking that up, because I think that would not be on our feed though.
Pearl in Paradise might be the first
Pearl in
one.
Paradise was early, but it might be Pearl in Paradise.
Okay.
Which is not. It's terrible in the grand scheme of things. But I should say Rabbit Trail we shouldn't have gotten off on. These location movies, here's the thing. They fall into one of three camps. One camp is completely location dependent, has no plot, and we'll just figure it out when we get there. The second camp has a plot.
It's Love at Sea.
Love at Sea. Oh,
with the Penny of Vegas. That's right.
Yeah, just you and me on that one.
Yeah.
Panda couldn't make it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's a movie to remember for sure. So the second camp is we have a plot, but it could be done anywhere. So the first one of the buckets for these location movies is location dependent. We don't really know what's going on. We'll just make it up as we go along. The second is we have a plot. It can be done anywhere. We just happen to be doing it here in Malta or wherever we're doing it. And the third is plot very tied to the location, interwoven into the fabric of the movie. Those are rare, few and far between. Savoring Paris, Bethany Joy Lynn's this year, an excellent example of one of those. This movie falls in that middle category. It does have a plot. The idea of two people trying to get their parents back out there in the dating scene and then falling for each other is not a bad idea for a plot. The problem is that it is barely a part of this movie. The tourism board of the Danube completely takes over, and I fundamentally disagree with Brand. While Wes Brown and Nazanin Contractor look amazing, they both look amazing. I didn't think they had any chemistry.
Oh,
Zero
okay.
chemistry.
I didn't think they
Really?
had any.
Chemistry. I didn't. I
Maybe
forgot to
I
mention,
just
I
thought
didn't
they
think
looked
had
good, and I was distracted by both of their
They look amazing. Oh my
overall
gosh.
overall
How
looks.
does Nazneen
And I-
Contractor
and
look younger than she did 4 or 5 years ago? She looks unbelievable.
I confused two good-looking people for chemistry.
fair.
And that's my fault.
Yeah,
I
people do that
apologize.
when we walk down the street all the
I know,
time.
I know.
It happens.
The chemistry those guys have.
Yeah. These guys, the chemistry smoldering. That's my issue. Is this falls in that middle group? It does have a plot. It's a good idea for a plot. Could it have been done anywhere? Could this plot have been done? It's just filming in BC. Yeah, it could have. The leads don't have chemistry. They don't spend a lot of time. They just pepper in work when they have to, and it just becomes kind of boring. It kind of just like super forgettable. Oh yeah, she works. I forgot. Really unfortunate that these people were attached in this place and we came out with this. Not a fan.
It's time for all the feels, where we talk about what in this movie gave us feels. Ryan.
Believe it or not, I actually had 3. I want to mention.
Whoa,
all of them.
okay.
all right.
All the characters are from Fairfield County, and so am I. So that was cool.
Shout out.
Yeah, I
Classic
also get,
Connecticut accents
Yeah,
there, right?
Yeah,
All over the
they
place.
they crush.
Wes
on the
Brown,
accents.
his
Yeah.
dad, both super Connecticut,
Very
not
much
Texas
so.
at all. That's right.
Yeah, I used to order my bacon, egg, and cheeses from them. Yeah, I also get really cold in air conditioned restaurants, so I feel the mom on that when she was getting all scarved up. And then hey, Bran, his band plays the Thanksgiving Day Parade every year. They did this for us.
You guys
I
like
know.
parades? I didn't know about this.
yeah,
Is
let's
this-
spot
We do at
parade.
least once a month these days.
That's right,
yeah.
once a month.
This is
It
the
is.
slope.
It is
The
great.
slippery slope here.
It is great what you're saying. It's also wait what, but I'll get to it in a
All
minute.
right, that's it from me. I'll kick it to you.
You know, we talked about how great these two leads look, but
They had real chemistry on that front.
boy howdy, Wes Brown's dad.
Yeah.
What
My man is
What,
all the feels and wait what wrapped up into one.
catalog did he walk out of? That guy is
Yeah.
something special,
fellow.
and he's no dad. He's no dad. he's a zaddy. Is that what
You
they
got
say?
it. You got it. He's a zad. He's a zad is what you're
He's
saying.
no dad. He's
Yes.
a zad. Boy howdy, that guy.
But also, and we can just do this now.
Okay.
Wes Brown's 42 years old.
That guy can't be more than-
I'm just telling you right now.
53 at oldest.
Yeah, exactly. If that guy's in his mid 60s, then I need to start some sort of face routine right now. Like right this
all
second.
screwed.
We're
Yeah, we're all
all in
screwed.
so much trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan, you still look 15 years old.
That's
And-
true.
And even you, I think.
Look at you.
Even I look older than him.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes,
That's right.
This guy, if he's mid 60s, what are we doing? I just can't even imagine.
He's
him
magic.
being-
He's magic.
He's a Zad, as Brain would say.
That's right.
He's,
Zad.
he's General Zad.
That's exactly right. Let's
He's
take
here to destroy all the ladies.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and.
Do I have feels? My
Oh,
feels
thought
is
you
I
were-
feel
thought-
ignored.
No,
feel
I thought you
ignored.
were jumping on with me. I thought that was your
I know you're
feels.
upset Dan didn't get his feels, but
Yes.
he's going to give it right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel ignored.
No,
I feel
I
like
thought you were-
I don't have
I-
a place in this world. I feel hurt.
Hey.
I feel like my friends don't care.
in the
Luna cares.
Luna cares.
That's
Shout
exactly
out
right.
to Luna.
In the words of Michael
Fourth
W.
best dog
Smith.
in the world.
That's
Two
true.
Lunas. Who's the other Luna?
Okay. Well, I guess we could talk about Ryan. I got a cat. It just kind of happened, and we named the cat Luna, and I didn't.
Yeah, and it was he
What? I
texted
know,
me beforehand
but
and was like, "I'm stealing Rye Guy's pet name.
no.
I'm stealing her name."
It didn't.
Oh
I
my
didn't
Lord.
really.
How about that? He ignored my feels. He took your dog's name.
How about this? Even worse, behind the curtain, Alyssa said hi to Bran 30 minutes ago, and he just said hi back like nothing was
Like
wrong.
he didn't just stab you guys in the back.
You were there when it happened. This dog came from your state.
That's right.
At your convention.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you do? You can change it. She doesn't. Cats don't.
Well,
cats
can I
don't
change
care.
my feels to angry feels? Bran
Yeah,
stole
absolutely.
our pet's name.
But also, cats don't care about their names. You can
I
change it
know.
whatever. Like, hey, get over here. Hey, you could just say whatever. Cats don't care.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. I've made
right.
You've never made a mistake before.
Not a mistake
I'm
that's gonna
batting
last
1,034 years. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's all right, man.
What he said with his actions was, "Your dog Luna is not special."
Man. No, it's fine, dude. It's fine. We'll pod parades and be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll see you in a month.
General Zad would be real upset with you.
Yeah.
What's your feels?
That guy, I did it. This was it right here. This
fair
whole
enough.
thing really worked for me.
We'll be right back here on Daytona. Bramble Jam Plus subscriber Summer, her cat's name is Luna too.
Well,
That's
Summer
great.
It predated it. They didn't know.
That's a good name for a pet. What
right.
you did was
Egregious. It was
copyright
fully
infringement.
egregious. Yes.
Yeah.
What am I to do?
Yeah.
What am I
Yeah.
to do? Okay.
You know
That'd
what's
be like-
wild? You know what's wild is this is Bran does this all the time. Bran always
All the time.
all the time. He will wait and then he'll just swoop in. That's what he does.
I'm a swooper.
He's a swooper. He didn't even like. I actually
Call me
like
Cheryl
Christmas.
Swoop.
I was the one who liked Christmas, and he came in and was like, "Christmas is going to be my thing. It's going to be my thing."
That's why you hate it so much.
That's why I hate it
feel
so
like
much.
it was
That's
been
right.
taken from
It's
you.
been taken.
It's been
from me.
taken. Let's get to the wait what. So we're talking about what on the Dune Bay made us say, wait, what? Ryan?
All right, I'm on Cameo. Hey, Mr. Feeney, my friend Brand stole my cat's dog's name. Can you say believe in yourself? All right, that'll be
If
your
you
way by
get
Wednesday.
Mr. Feeney to cuss at Bran, my life's over. That's it. That's the pinnacle.
It says a 72-hour turnaround. So,
Okay,
all
great.
right. Caffeine and a connection was a really bad line of dialogue. Would be a great name for the first track on a coffee concept album. So they should just keep that in their pocket. Sarah's mom.
You said it.
Yeah, Sarah's mom is a perennial choir line player on Broadway.
That's right.
And this lady that I imagine is going to be in all three films, she's going to be the connecting bridge between the three.
Oh, you
films.
think she is?
No,
That's just my guess.
her friend,
the,
you mean?
The
The
woman
friend,
who was
yeah.
at the
Got it.
bar.
Yeah, got it.
the good witch herself.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
No? Okay, sorry. She's
So
from
thi-
the good witch.
Yeah, so this woman just sees Sarah's mom from afar and is able to list off her entire film stageography, which is ridiculous. It would be the equivalent. I love Saved by the Bell, but I can't give you the day players from the Max. Like I can't spot them in the wild. Like it's not realistic.
There's one day player from the Max. It's Max.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he just bails midway through.
Ed Alonzo from the
Of
yeah,
course,
that's his real name. Yeah.
Ed Alonzo, so you could spot
maybe
out
I could
the
do
day
it, yeah.
players from the Max.
Everybody
Never doubt
could.
me.
I mean,
Never
if you
doubt
had
me.
somebody serve you a cheeseburger and do a card trick every time you went in, you would remember them.
And then here's a duck instead of the burger.
Yeah, that's right.
I really shout out to Back to Bayside. I really try.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I really try not to critique set design on these things, and usually, like for when it comes to the Christmas films, the more the better for me, and everybody's happy. But this restaurant where they spill the wine, it's just a bunch of curtains and then travel posters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like. It would have been better without the travel posters. like what were they thinking?
How do we remind people they're on a trip?
Yeah. Like,
travel
It's
posters.
like in Truman Show where the travel posters all about like planes crashing and stuff. It's like, how do we make sure that we're traveling in the Dune Bay?
Yeah, you'd
They're
hate to forget.
also all already there. They don't need
Yeah.
to be sold to
That's
take
exactly
the cruise.
right.
Yeah. Like
What's the sell? Double down. Book your next one.
It's like on those rare occasions where you get a trailer for the movie that you're seeing. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally you're like, I'm already here. Like
You've had that happen?
Yeah.
Wow. I've
Yeah,
never had that
that's
happen.
I've never had that happen.
Really?
That's new. I've
Okay.
not had that happen
great.
before.
Okay, great.
But you know what we do know is that by the time this airs, no Speak No Evil trailers anymore. We're done.
Is it out this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speak No Evil. I don't have to see that godforsaken trailer again. I've seen it 1,000 times.
I couldn't be
It's
more
been a good
in.
bathroom
I'm
break.
so in.
Yeah.
I'm so in. I was in, then I was out, now I'm back in.
Back in. Yeah.
Jack says what he does for a living. I honestly don't remember, but it must be something with the newspaper because Sarah literally replies, I wrote this. Oh, the one that did the expose on the chemical plant? Like, how do all of these people know all of these things, right?
Newspaper's huge.
The expose on the chemical plant. You get it.
Right, yeah, no, it was really the one third graph from the
Yeah.
September 12th issue.
Do you want to know something crazy about my cat Luna?
Not particularly, but go ahead.
I don't know. It's something I just recently started noticing, but she would show up with the newspaper, and at first I'm like, that's fine, that's cool.
Oh my gosh! Was there anything crazy about the newspaper?
So I started to finally I haven't signed up for the newspaper, so I don't know why it was showing up. I was just starting around recycling. I looked, and the first day I noticed it. I was like, this must be a mistake. It was dated for tomorrow's date.
So you are getting. She's getting tomorrow's newspaper today?
Yes.
Every day?
That's what I've been getting.
That just keeps happening?
It keeps happening.
So when the first time you brought her home, did the paper say podcast celebrity steals best friend's name of pet?
Well, I don't know, because that would have been current news. So it would have been,
But
should
it
have
was
been.
reported on the podcast the following day, wouldn't it? Like when we discovered it.
On the news?
Maybe in the maybe it's a podcast newspaper.
Maybe it's
Maybe in the
podcast
pod
news.
section of the paper.
That's right. Yeah. It's a pod
pretty
section
crazy.
of the
Yeah,
paper.
I've been getting tomorrow's newspaper today for a while now.
And you've
I
done
don't really
nothing?
know.
You've not like made any money? You've not
You just keep coming here with us every day?
Stopped tragedies from happening?
Yeah, it's well, I didn't
You
know
just
if
stop reading it? Did you bag it?
I haven't had the time.
Brand's like, readings for losers.
Yeah.
Hey, real question about that TV show. Not that your thing is a TV show, but
No.
do you
No,
think
that's
that
real life.
what does Kyle Chandler do with the newspapers to make sure that they're never, because he gets
Looks at him
tomorrow's,
with clear eyes and full hearts.
but he gets tomorrow's
lose if you do
newspaper
that.
today. He changes something that's going to happen, and then how does he dispose of the newspaper with that story in it? Recycling? What's he do? If somebody
The
finds
chemical
it,
plant.
they're going
The
to be like,
chemical plant.
what the F is this?
Well, does the paper change?
The paper, the news changes. He
Right.
gets the Chicago Fire paper. He
But
stops the fire from happening. The newspaper the next day won't look. You didn't know his copy.
but the next day he gets that day's paper and the next day's paper.
but the
he checks
copy
his
he
work.
has with the news.
I vaguely remember, and someone could correct me. It's been a very long
Yes.
time, but I feel like he gets back to his apartment and the paper's always different after
his copy.
Yes.
Oh, well,
for
great.
tomorrow. But I could
what
be
if
wrong.
somebody comes in his house during the day and sees it?
I mean, I think you got bigger problems if someone's just coming into your house.
That's true. That's true.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah,
Fair.
Yeah.
Who's breaking into somebody's house and being like, "Oh, there's paper"? Let's get
I
some
don't know
read.
who's stealing somebody's pet's name.
That's
just for
right.
the kick
It
of You
happens.
know?
All
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
People stab people in the back all the time, Brand.
That's true.
I have a few.
You're not you didn't come up with the names. All I'm saying. You didn't
I just feel like you could have picked.
You've
Literally
never met a
any name.
Luna before. You've never
Any
met
name.
a Luna before.
you could have gone lunar. I don't know.
Okay, fine.
Lunette.
I'll call her Lunar. How about that,
Okay.
Luna?
What are you doing?
It's Arnold, I guess. Luna, put the cookie down. I can always get right back with Jingle All the Way.
That was really fun. I love you again. I'm as hard on my. Brant, I have several more. We have to keep
Sorry,
going.
go.
I'm as hard on myself as anyone you'll meet. Genuinely, I'm very hard on myself. People
Can
tell me that I
confirm.
need to be nicer to myself.
That's right.
I cannot.
But,
He's always talking himself up. Ryan is always just pumping himself. It's crazy. I'm like, God,
but-
with the
and
ego
listen,
with this guy.
I would feel really bad if I spilled wine on someone.
But not
I
that
would
bad.
not I would not be sitting at the bar 5 drinks in being like, I just had an irreparably terrible day.
Yes,
Like-
exactly.
I don't
Yes.
know, man. You gave yourself constructive criticism about Pot of Parade, and of the
I could have been better on that
low-stake
first
things,
episode. I could have been better on that
Of
first
the
episode.
low
but-
stake things, you're coming back with me like I could have been better.
I will say though,
You're
he
like you're doing a post game conference. Yeah, we just pot our first parade. I could have been better out
He
there.
doesn't-
We'll look at the tape. We'll make the adjustments.
This guy doesn't want to date. He's been set up and not unknowingly set up. Spills a glass of wine by pure accident, and it is like he sank the boat.
Yeah.
It's like he sank the boat.
Yeah.
It is just crazy. He's at the bar by himself. He's nobody knows. Like he's in full. Like what have I done? What have I done? It's a glass of wine, bro. It happens. It's okay.
No, it doesn't.
and then so at one point the mom says, strudel is something I shared with my husband. And I was like, wow, Hallmark Plus is pushing the envelope here. Also, she used to make this guy apple strudel every Sunday.
Yeah.
That's not like a quick thing to
No,
make.
It is not.
and
Takes
then
time.
and then lastly,
Ryan
she-
just wants things to go back to the way they used to be, where women made strudel on Sundays for their man.
That's the complete antithesis of what I just said. The mom
Ryan's
apparently
watching and he's like, that sounds pretty good, actually.
Strudel every
Every
Sunday.
Sunday. Hey, Alyssa, come in here.
Homemade.
Alyssa, get in here.
Can you believe this? On the Danube, they do things differently.
You can
in
do
Europe.
whatever you want to, but she makes her menstrual every Sunday. So
Bob Strudel's just really something I shared with my husband. I can't believe they said that, man. And then
I
the
bet
mom
it
apparently,
was.
the mom could have been a big star. She has a really nice voice, but the reason they say she settled for the chorus is because she had to raise Sarah. As best I understand, you still have to be at the theater at the same exact times.
yeah.
Whether you're in the chorus
If
or
you are
you're Leah
singing
Michelle,
in
like
a-
you know.
if you're singing in a program, you have to be there all the time. Does
Yeah,
not matter.
Eight
Yes.
shows a week.
That's right.
You know, and so thus concludes my Wait What's, Bran.
yeah,
Go ahead.
hello.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Air.
I'm just gonna piggyback on that. I think the chorus is also difficult because you're also a swing in case the leads are out. Like the leads, pretty much that is their one role. They have to know those dance moves, those songs. But like the chorus has
everybody's
usually
part.
like 8 other parts that they're studying. So I think her easier choice would have been to raise a child and be the lead.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot
that
for the
was-
stars next time, Sarah's
right.
mom.
That's right. Just try. You mentioned the marching band every Thanksgiving Day parade. But as somebody who has potted parades, Ryan, you would know this.
Several times.
Several times now.
At least once a month.
That just doesn't. They get a new collection of bands every year. They do a little spotlight on all the different bands. You don't have the same band
Never.
every single year playing the Thanksgiving Day parade. Get out of here. You showed your naivete this time, Hallmark.
Bran wants to have a serious talk
That's out
with
of
you.
bounds, guys.
Listen,
That's messed up.
fool me once. Shame on me.
You might get by. That line might go by unnoticed by
A non-parade potter.
That's exactly right. But I'm an expert.
But when you bi-monthly at worst, pot a parade, you're not gonna.
That's exactly right.
It's so awesome that that's the first time Bran said naivete in the history of the podcast was in relation to the Thanksgiving
That's
Day
right,
parade
yes.
of it all. I love
He gets
that.
it.
Listen, she is very nervous about being a solo artist, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It seems like it's what she wants.
It's a full don't
And
make me sing.
I gotta be honest with you. She dresses like somebody who freaking loves a solo.
Yeah.
She's like, looky here, everybody. I'm a star. I'm a star. She's a star. She looks amazing. She should be a star. She wants to be a star. You're not fooling anybody, lady. I don't remember her
Some
name.
of the stuff she was wearing, if Kristen Wiig would have worn it for the "Don't Make Me Sing" sketch, they would have been like too much.
It's too much.
They would have been like
It's
too much.
Too much.
And
She's a
she-
star.
and-
Choir people don't dress like that.
No,
Don't judge choir people on this podcast, Bran.
no, you don't get to just talk for
You
all
agreed with
choir.
me.
Not all choir
no.
people. Who do you think you are? There's one pet name over here for this guy.
Golly, man.
We spun a wheel. Every spot on the wheel said Luna.
Yeah.
Came
what
up
can you
Luna.
do?
Our hands were tied.
Yeah.
It's lunar. I said
Lunar.
lunar.
Luck of the draw.
Hey, Lunar.
It's lunar.
Get over here,
Hey,
Lunar.
hi,
Lunar.
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 Get out of
Come
that lunar
on.
box, Lunar.
Get out of there right now. Why are
Stop
we
eating
telling
the apple strudel.
Why are we telling her to get out of lunar? Like
I don't
if
know
she
how
has to
cats
go?
work, man. It's just, I don't know. Cats are
Yeah.
stupid. I don't like them.
Whoa!
Lunar's great. Lunar's a great cat.
I can't wait to meet Lunar.
I know. Thank you. Last but not least,
You can name your dog Rover. You can have Lunar Rover.
yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, Rufus, close enough. Change while I'm changing
Luna
names.
Rufus. Yeah, while
He
we're
was
changing
talking to
names.
me, Bran. Not everything's about you.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay.
Luna Rover. If you just be a better friend.
No, I know. Wes Brown's jacket was super wrinkly, and you know it's wrinkly
If Bran says
if I
something.
notice it. Like somebody just do something, like just
Steam it.
Steam it. Do something. It was so wrinkly, and this guy's just trying to like shoot his shot. But I don't know. It's very wrinkly. It's very distracting. That's all I'm gonna say. And I know it's crazy out there on the
Yeah,
on
you
the
and I
Doom
don't
Bay.
notice this stuff. Like we routinely wear wrinkly
No,
stuff.
I don't care.
But if you have to be in a movie where you're dressing
this
up,
could be wrinkly. I don't know.
it's absurd that they wouldn't just steam it or get a different jacket. It's wild. Wild time.
It's crazy. Dano?
At the beginning of this movie, Sarah is about to is getting out at the airport, and the guy decides to carry her bags, 2 bags with wheels, picking them up. Dude, stop it. Use the wheels. Don't be that guy. Don't carry wheeled bag. Don't do it. Don't carry wheeled bag. You're not proving anything to anybody. You're carrying wheeled bag. You don't carry wheeled bag. You don't do it.
That was the first giveaway that she's a solo artist. Like, she's
That's
a
right.
soloist. She doesn't even check to make sure the guy's grabbing the bags.
and he's huffing.
She's just like, you guys got the bags.
Yeah.
She's a solo.
Full thing.
She's a soloist. She's not a choir member. Choir members carry their own ropes. Soloists don't.
Soloists don't. Don't make
She's
me
a
sound.
soloist.
We've got to talk Cell Signal because this movie is we're watching Home Alone 4.
We are.
For Monday.
That's right.
That movie on Monday. Home Alone 4, released in 2002, does a more consistent job with Cell Signal for its time than this movie would do for 2002. This movie, she's searching for a cell signal on the boat. Okay, great. Maybe the boat doesn't have good. I don't believe that. I think you probably on the Danube would be fine. You're traveling to major European cities. But if you want to tell me the boat doesn't have good cell signal, I will buy that. It's Hallmark. I'll give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then they stop in a major European city. I don't remember which one. They're walking through the streets of the big city. She still doesn't have cell signal. Now we've got a problem. What are you doing? There's no way that that's the case. Europe's got pretty good cell service. Trust me on this one. And then the audacity of this movie, she gets back on the boat and her cell signal works like a champ. Guys, what is it? You can't just decide to toggle a switch between cell signal work, cell signal don't when you need the plot to move a certain direction. That's not allowed.
Maybe there's work being done on the tower.
There's work being done on the tower. It's the tower on the boat. The boat tower is the thing that really.
Danube doubled their efforts.
Dam is a double down by the Danube double down for sure. That's exactly what it is. I also will say that one of the meanest things I've ever seen in a movie is a father agreeing to let his son caddy for him for a month on the golf course in order for him to go on a date with a woman. And let me explain to you why this is mean. It's not that he's a professional caddy. If you have a son and you would like to spend, look, my dad, I love my dad. He's my hero, man. And anytime I get to hang out with my dad is a special time. I cannot imagine my dad being like, I'll hang out with you if you perform manual labor. Like, this dad of his 42-year-old son is saying, you know what? I'll do this thing for you. My kid, I'll do it. But you got to carry my golf bag. You can't come play golf with me. That'd be fun. You've got to carry my golf bag for 5 miles of walking for a month.
Well, when you're only like 10 years older than your son, you got to kind of be really hard and try to gain that respect.
You don't want him to think you use too much of your buddy.
That's exactly right.
That's
exactly right.
Yeah, when you're he just didn't get that respect early because his dad was in middle school. This is something a fantasy football league would do for last place. Like, you would be like, loser of fantasy football has to caddy for winner of fantasy football at a local golf course. Great. It's a great fantasy football bet. The loser's got to get out there, got to wear the dumb hat, carry the bag. This is not something a father does to his son to go on it because he's making him go on a date.
Speaking of fantasy football bets, I saw in Carline the other day, this car had a decal on the back, like around the license plate, that said I suck at fantasy football.
Oh, that's great.
Which I thought was, and it said last place and or whatever. It was pretty good.
There's some great loser bets out there. You could
it was
Google
bright pink too.
The tattoo one's fantastic.
Yeah, that's too hard.
Yeah, that is a lot. Well, you don't want to get a tattoo.
I don't
want
any
to get a tattoo.
No.
And then last one, and this is just a classic weird thing that happens in this movie. Nazneen and Wes are walking down the street at night in Europe, arm in arm. Her left arm is locked in with his right arm, and they're walking together. It's adorable. At some point, it's like this. It's very similar to this.
Oh, you two are just so
Aren't
cute.
we? And people say it's because we look good, and it actually is just our chemistry.
Yeah.
This is going to be tough because the wait what's going to really challenge you here.
I got it.
Okay, so at some point, and the camera never leaves Wes Brown. Never. She's locking in with his right arm, her left arm. At some point, she smiles, walks away, walks back on camera, and then locks with his other arm. We don't know why this happens. We just, at some point, she decides left arm was cool. Let's try right arm out. And they don't go to something where she went up and it is literally, she walks past the camera, walks past back and is on his other arm. And it doesn't make any sense at all. And it was driving me
Again,
nuts.
if that's not clear,
Philo.tv/GTH.
I think we really,
It was a really good illustration.
You'd see it.
we really showcased
You
it.
smell great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's early. Let's get to what the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe have to give some clarity. Any questions that we still have? Ryan, what are you still wondering about as you watch this movie?
Yeah, there's 2 more of these things.
Yeah,
There's
two
two more.
Dos Mas.
About what?
It's an anthology. You wouldn't get it. It's like True Detective. One doesn't have to do with the other. They might reference the Green Man, but it doesn't have to do with each other.
All right, well, that was my What the Hallmark. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what the Hallmark I have is the next one gonna be. Like, I feel like we've seen it all, right? Like,
Yeah.
is next one
We
gonna
got a
be
handle on
more of a movie, or is it gonna be like, hey, here's more things you can do on the Dune Bay? I hope it's more of a movie. We'll see.
Yeah.
Will they both also be named after Sarah Bareilles songs? Because that would keep me locked in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Honestly.
I'll look it
that
up.
would be,
Yeah. What
that
are
would
other-
be great.
Fight,
it was
fight.
like Brave.
That's no, that's
yeah.
what is it?
No,
what's
Fight
another-
Song's Rachel Platten.
Yeah, Rachel
Brave is
Platten.
what
I
you're
know. I
thinking.
stopped.
Yeah.
Would Brave would be it?
Brave.
Yeah, that
Yes.
would be a good one. I want to see you be brave. That's the boat is going down in that one,
Yeah, that's the third
and
one.
that's the third one.
Yeah.
The boat's going down. That the cell tower falls on it. So my what the Hallmark is very simple. Does the captain eat dinner with all the birthday boys? This captain, more specifically, does he ever steer the ship? This captain is around doing things that aren't captaining regularly, and I guess they're insinuating that the dinner that he has with them is because of the woman who's the singer on board, but they eat dinner with the captain because it's the other guy's birthday, and it's like, is this something the captain does? I don't know. He's on a ship year round. This is not a cruise ship that stops, right? This is a boat that just keeps going. And does that mean every time someone on board has a birthday, the captain is eating dinner with them? I'd need to know that answer.
The next one's called Royal Getaway.
Oh, I love that Sarah B track.
Yeah.
It's a Royal Getaway.
She's doing more like a scat.
Last one's Kissing Stars.
Kissing Stars.
They named a movie Kissing Stars.
Dreaming about the Danube we should see.
Lately, I've been kissing stars. I guess you can't say that. That's weird.
It's working.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. Tomorrow, double dipping. It's a double dose of
Chicken of
DTH
the
tomorrow. Chicken Sisters episode 1, Chicken Sister episode 2. And
That means 2 chickens of the week.
That means two
yes.
chickens of the week.
Double chicken of the week. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. I know,
I
it's a big
know.
day.
We've never gone double chicken of the week.
We've
No,
never.
we haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't.
First
That's
time
exactly
we're
right.
doing
Double breaded.
And Jax is doing it instead of Ryan. And I think you're going to notice the difference. You're going to notice the difference. We're good. We're smart. We're
Yeah,
smart.
we're smart.
We put our heads together
That's right.
and we said,
3 dudes have been reviewing Hallmark movies for years. We were like, Chicken Sisters, got to have a
I think
woman.
we need a woman.
Yeah, maybe in retrospect, maybe that was the right call.
We
Maybe
need
you
a
nailed
sister.
that one. You know,
need
I
a
rescind
sister.
what I said in the first 7 minutes. Yeah, that was good.
But listen, the Dune Bay vibes are off
Yeah,
the
that's
off
right.
the
Can
off
you
the charts
imagine
with
if
you.
Jackson would have been on this show?
Oh.
She would have raved. She would have
Yeah.
raved about this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, she would have liked it.
out of control.
All right, it's time for Cruiser of the Week.
Yeah, that's right. No, we're not going to. We're going to have some sort of, we're serious is what we're trying
We're
to
serious. It's a serious Take the Hallmark episode.
Serious.
Plus.
Very serious. Hallmark Plus deserves our best. We'll be back tomorrow. 2 episodes. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.